Jim Holt and Randy Mitten. Why are you guys here?
Well, we came up to Iowa. We feel like it's important to get out information about Governor Huckabee's record as governor of Arkansas, so that Iowans will have an idea of who Mike Huckabee is and how he governs.
But one of the things that Governor Huckabee has said many times is we should not punish the children for the crimes of their parents. And to me, that argument is just very illogical, because every parent that is punished for a crime by the government, the children suffer. And an argument that I made with him many times, and have said it and will continue to say it, is if that child had a scholarship to a university, and your child also worked hard for a scholarship to a university, a war was happening, that a draft was initiated because of that war, then who gets called up during that war? It's the American citizen. We also put a bill in Senate Bill 206, which would have denied any type of non-federally mandated welfare benefits, and made proof of registration. They would have had to have proof of citizenship when they registered to vote, because in Arkansas you don't have that. You just have to check a box and you mail it in. There's no proof of citizenship at all. And he finally came out and said the bill was race baiting, demagoguery, it was unchristian, un-American, and that we didn't drink the same Jesus juice that he drank.
That's why I'm here. The point on immigration, yes, and the law says that even an illegal immigrant child has to be let into public schools. And as governor of the state of Arkansas, Governor Huckabee was trying to wrestle with those issues. The good news is, though, that he has made it adamantly clear where he stands on immigration right now relating to what we're talking about, and that's a race for the presidency. As a national security issue, he will build a fence within 18 months, no to sanctuary cities, no to amnesty. And
the net tax increases on the people of Arkansas were $505 million. And so if he has a good excuse for why he raised taxes by that amount, then he needs to tell the Iowans exactly what that is. Another thing is that when you look at his spending increases, it was an annual increase of 7.4%, which was about 3 times the rate of inflation. You look at the number of new jobs that he created in state government. 20% increase, or over 10,000 new state jobs. These don't seem to be conservative attributes of a true conservative to me.
One thing in Arkansas, we rank consistently in the bottom 5 in our highway system. It was a very dangerous highway system. One of the highways in northwest Arkansas, where I'm from, they had signs posted on it that said, so many people have died on this road in the last 10 years, you don't be next. These roads were very dangerous. One of those tax increases was on gas and diesel. And the reason we had to do that, and the people actually voted on that initiative, not Mike Huckabee passing that initiative, the people said, we want better roads, we want safe infrastructure. The majority of state government budget, as Randy and Jim know and Gilbert know and I know, are tied up in things that have incredible inflationary pressure, like health care, Medicaid budgets, prisons, corrections, incarcerating people, education. A lot of those things are very fixed, and it's very hard to control the inflationary boom that happens in the healthcare field.
So we were about $12 million short. Well, that $12 million short, a group of conservative Republicans proposed to the governor, let's take it out of the general improvement funds, and there will be no need for a tax increase. And he said no.
Sir, did he indeed bring a consulate to Arkansas and have an arrangement with then President Vicente Fox to do this?
Well, it was building the relationship that we were a friendly state for illegals to come in.
Oh, I sponsored Governor Huckabee signed legislation that kept illegal immigrants from getting driver's licenses in Arkansas in the 2005 legislative session. Signed it. Another piece of legislation Governor Huckabee signed as well gave the authority for our state troopers to partner with Homeland Security and enforce federal immigration law.
But I'm still not exactly sure why the state of Arkansas, or any other state in the union for that matter, requires a Mexican consulate.
And that's actually been rented out for $1. And if you read, and I believe it's Jerome Corsi's article, he said that and it was a quote from Huckabee, the Mexican consulate was brought here to help big businesses to make sure that they had, some people to work with, and they had employers for the jobs. But it also said that he said this is a way to help people get here, or this is a way for people to become legal. That was his quote.
Whose quote?
Huckabee's. And if that's the case, then you can call anything you want. That's amnesty.
I mean, did Governor Huckabee say amnesty? That's the key here, and it's very important for Iowans to know just the facts the way they are. And having a consulate there, in many ways you could even see where you could keep up with who was there illegally so that they could be sent back to where they need to be and get back to the basics here, which is we have to secure our border. Governor Huckabee on record, secure the border.
So was that done?
Gilbert, let me...
No, I'm serious. If that is the purpose of the consulate, and so you can identify people who are not there legally and send them back, was that done?
Yeah, Jan, I don't know.
That Governor Huckabee has done an 180-degree turn on where he was at 6 months ago on the immigration issue.
Yeah, and it's a whole nother thing to deal with what is a national security issue as President of the United States, and I'm thrilled that he's articulated one of the most conservative views relating to immigration if elected President of the United States.
Law. But actually, scholarships for illegals is against federal code right now, and it is happening. United States Code 8, Section 1623, says that there should not be any illegal person or any illegal alien that receives secondary educational benefits.
There was, as I recall, similarly to here in Iowa at Swift just a few months ago, the INS came and busted a bunch of illegals. When I've interviewed Governor Huckabee in the past, he's mentioned that the INS did similar things down at Tyson and separated families, sent the parents back home and left the kids here. And that outraged Governor Huckabee to see this as kind of a scam in order to extol the virtues of two propositions. First off, one is the automatic citizenship that's granted to anybody that's born here, and the second thing is to extract sympathy for the obvious plight of those families. Talk to us about that.
Well, I think the governor, really his frustration when that went down in Arkansas was more an issue of lack of coordination, in his words, with the local authorities. You know, a lot of these folks, in his words, were, people that were known in the community even possibly didn't know they were illegal. You know, the specifics of that elude me because I was just focused on a Northwest Arkansas district.
But one of the things that actually he said was, there is no problem. There's nobody receiving benefits. There's no illegal activity going on.
So that's two different issues. One, is there a problem? And the second issue, are there any people receiving benefits? Now,
right, he said illegal activity.
Okay.
So if somebody's here illegally and they're working, that's illegal.
All right. I'll just ask, are you guys supporting any specific presidential candidate?
And who paid for their trip? I'd like to know who paid for you guys coming up here.
Ron Paul did.
Ron Paul, okay.
Yeah, but I'm undeclared and undetermined.
You guys are portraying him as the next Ronald Reagan incarnate. You guys would agree with his pro-life position.
Yes, sir.
He's strong on that. But if Ronald Reagan isn't a good mental image we should be getting for Governor Huckabee from you guys, who would be the image that would most of us would recognize Governor Huckabee as if it's not Ronald Reagan?
It would be a pro-gun, pro-life Bill Clinton.
But at the end of the day, I'm for him because I've known him for over 12 years. He's always looked me in the eye and told me the truth. He's somebody that even if I didn't agree with him all the time, I could come reason with him, talk to him. I knew he was trying to come up with a real-life solution to help everyday people.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't agree with it, I knew he had the best interest in heart.
Yeah. I am Randy Manton, and I am a Fred Thompson supporter.
Who paid your way, Randy?
Ron Paul did. And
that's an interesting tale. Go ahead.
Well, Ron Paul's campaign paid my way up here, and they said, we just want you to get the truth out about Governor Huckabee's record in Arkansas on taxes, growing government, and spending. And he said, but now one thing, I don't want you up there making commercials for Fred Thompson.
Another thing, Chan, that
we're just about out of time. You get the last word real quick.
Yeah, just want to say pro-life, pro-family, pro-gun, solid executive in Arkansas. Great opportunity for our nation.
Tax and spender.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for a gentlemanlike conversation. Very appreciated in both parts.